Definitely. I'm pregnant and I'm trying to move, and I can't because the layoff. I can't get verified of employing with the layoff.
The last layoff we had, we found out a day and a half ahead of being off for a month. And so people had no time to plan for it. I'm still waiting for my home plant to be retooled so that I can go home. I drive an hour to get here every day.
Where do you come from?
I'm coming from Oxford, which is just 10 minutes away from the Lake Orion plant, which has now been down for about 2 years. And so I've been driving an hour each way to and from this plant.
That's one of my worst fears, is being here at Hamtramck, being here with GM, is getting moved out of state.
Have you done that before?
No, lucky I have not. I've just always been just bouncing around with them, just try the Metro Detroit area. Why is it suddenly that you get car of the year and then all these layoffs come up, like right before the holidays too? It's just...
Welcome to the Common Sense Philosophy channel. Today's video is called GM Auto Workers Layoff. GM Auto Workers Layoffs. This story kind of bothers me a little bit because I know so many people that work as auto workers on all levels of management, even in the field of just actually producing the cars themselves. And for me, when I look at the landscape of it all, it's just a mess. You know, even my grandfather, when he came up from the South, a lot of him and his friends, his cousins, they went to the auto plants from Ohio into Detroit, Michigan, all those areas. And they was able to get these jobs and be able to build houses, stack their money, take care of their children. And it's just it's sad to see that it doesn't have the strength that it used to have in the family. It's a very interesting thing to see it not be able to do, you know, what it was able to do. And you forward now and you look at the plants, and it seems like they make more money now than they've ever made. But for some reason, it's just not going to the workers. I even wonder, maybe it's because instead of calling themselves automakers, they call themselves auto workers. Maybe that's the difference, because these are the people that's actually making it, you know, and maybe they would give them more money if they were just change the names and what they actually do. Because these people are very important. And I know that they're bringing in AI and all those things, but it's something about the human touch that always make things better. Going into this new year, I really hope things get better for the people, because if all these people keep getting laid off and all these things keep happening, what's really going to happen to the people is that's what you got to think about, you know, because yeah, we'll laugh at this, we'll laugh at that, because the whole corporate greed thing. But then it gets to the point that's like, no, the average person is losing their job, and some of this management losing their job. I don't know what's going to happen with this auto stuff. So we're going to keep our eyes on it. I want to say thanks for coming, checking out the Common Sense Philosophy channel. Like and subscribe on your way out. Check out some of these videos, hear their perspectives, and leave a comment down there so I can hear your perspective, because your voice is important too. I'll be talking to you guys soon. All right.
Most people say, new year, new you. However, with the new General Motors announcement that just came out, some of their employees feel just the opposite. Let's talk about it. America's largest auto manufacturing company, General Motors, just came out with an announcement of permanent job layoffs effective January 2026 of a total of 3,300 employees, out of which will affect 3 different states: Michigan, Ohio, and Tennessee. And these permanent layoffs is due to the Trump administration's policy changes. Because of the Trump administration's policy changes, General Motors stated that they are set to lose $1.6 billion this quarter alone. And because of this amount of loss is the cause of the permanent layoffs.
Shut down its innovation center. Hundreds of Georgia jobs gone. You know, I took notes. Let's talk about it. General Motors just confirmed it's closing its Roswell-based innovation center, and more than 300 employees are losing their jobs by the end of the year. The center originally opened in 2013 as a part of a $26 million investment to bring over 1,000 high-tech jobs to Georgia, but it's now shutting its doors as GM redefines its site strategy. Translation, they're consolidating, moving technical teams into a few central hub locations for what they call better collaboration. About 325 jobs will be cut, while others may go remote or relocate to other facilities. GM says some workers with specialized skills could be transferred, but not everyone will get that offer. All affected employees are being offered severance.
You're not safe. 1,700 workers from General Motors have been cut, and this is probably just the first round. Now, this is only happening, I think, Michigan and one other state. But that doesn't mean that it won't come to your state. See, this is why I came online. Not only did I want to get away from the rat race, the BS, the chance of being let off, because they don't care about your achievements at the job. They don't care about what you've done. They don't care about how much money you've made them. If they keep you around, can they get the most out of you? And if they don't keep you around, who can they hire to replace you that's cheaper and will do more labor? That's what those jobs are doing for you. Places like General Motors, other companies are laying off workers left and right, but you're still here complaining about you ain't got no money and you can't provide for your family.
Predictions for corporate America in 2026, beyond just the fact that the layoffs are going to continue, because they are. So if you're thinking about staying in corporate or getting into corporate in 2026, hear me out before you do that. The first one is the middle manager purge is going to continue. The corporate ladder is officially broken, right? So if you're looking to work your way through entry-level positions to manager positions, it's not going to happen. Companies figured out how they can save money. They put the flatter organizations, but this middle management purge is going to continue. So that's going to take your career ladder. So if you're okay just in the entry level and making money as a transaction, stay with what you are. Number two is RTO is the new compliance, or RTO compliance is the new performance review. I wholeheartedly believe this, that if you play their games, they may keep you around a little bit longer because you're a good soldier. Has nothing to do anymore with quality of performance and the value that you actually add to the organization, because RTOs are a perfect example of this, because there's no way that they'll force everybody to come back to the office and the folks that don't come lose their job. They have no idea if they're good employees, bad employees, they don't care. They just want to take the head count out. So like I said, the RTO compliance is now going to be your new performance review. And last but not least is you're not going to be replaced by AI, but you're going to be drowned out with AI. I guarantee you now what's going to happen is these organizations are going to think, well, with AI, one employee now can do the job of 3 employees. So whatever you're doing now, think about doing it 3 times more with the assistance of AI.
Now, General Motors is laying off 1,000 of its employees, despite the fact that the company is about to see record-breaking profits this year. No one is talking about this, and it's time we hold big corporations like General Motors accountable. According to the automaker is realigning its priorities in the EV space after the public adoption of EVs has not been as fast as GM once expected. And this is also partially likely due to the fact that the Trump administration is literally cutting the EV tax credit that has provided tax credits to thousands of Americans who have purchased EV vehicles. And this comes after the company let go of another 1,000 salaried employees just back in August. Now, the vice president of the United Auto Workers, the union that represents these auto workers who were laid off, made a statement this morning saying, quote, GM is trying to cut around 50 UAW jobs when they're making record profits. We will fight for our laid off members with the full force of our contract. I think it is absolutely abhorrent that big companies can make record profits, yet still cut salaries, especially at a time where there's a lot of uncertainty over consumer pricing with possible tariffs. And also, it's literally the holiday season. Christmas is coming up, Hanukkah's coming up, and these employees won't have a job because of General Motors. And for the record profits that GM is about to earn is more than $14.5 billion.
You know why GM is laying off thousands of workers in the United States. Of course, their profits have been high. They want them to stay high. And they're not going to be able to sell GMs in the United States when all of the parts that they need to make them are coming from somewhere with a 10% or 20% tariff on it. Let's be real.